Welcome to the Dimensional Shift for Starseeds, where starseeds, quantum spiritualists, and alien enthusiasts gather to shift time, space, dimensions, and realities. I'm Revi, your guide, and I work hard to create a safe space for the spiritually tired, confused, and abused to reclaim their sovereign power and take back soul custody. This is the universe according to me. Today we're talking about the Great Hypersleep, and that's the period between 1221, 1222 through 1/11 of 22. This is the closing of the vortex until the new vortex opens on 1/11. As this manifestation portal passes at the 21st and 22nd, we're going to be moving into a state of rest, regeneration, reset, all of that, where we can kind of get our ducks in a row and assess where we have been successful and what needs work, and continue on with the things that we want to see in our lives. During the Great Reset, our DNA is going to be upgraded, and it's going to require a lot of rest to regenerate. There are going to be two separate types of paths that's possible to take. One is that we are going to, you and I, or spiritually minded people, are going to be stepping forward and stepping into our power, stepping into leadership, and moving on in the awakening process. The second type of people are going to be those who are going to fall further into unconsciousness. Now, there's no right or wrong in either of these. It just is, and it is based on their higher self and their soul plan and all of that. In the second group, where these people who fall unconscious, there will be three kinds of tells that will give away what type of person they are. So there's going to be the people who show their true colors, meaning they're going to be angry, they're going to fight, they're going to resort to calling names and pointing fingers, blaming others, all of that. There's also going to be the kinds of people who will check out, and that is the type of people who will be substance abusers, people who may end up taking their own lives, people who just prefer to bury themselves under whatever their coping mechanism is so they don't have to deal. The third kind is more kind of a interpersonal relationship. Many people that we know will kind of fall away. They are no longer relevant to you and your path. And again, there's no wrongness in that. It just is. And the interesting part is that we can be all of these, any of these, none of these, and it's all reflected on the interpersonal relationship spectrum. For example, in some instances, I can be someone who falls away because I am not a person that you need to move forward with. But I'm also the type of person who buries myself in avoidance and escapism. I don't think that I'm one who shows true colors in the sense of outbursts and drama and anger, but it has been known to happen. The thing that we need to remember is that just because we are awakening and they are not, does not make them less than us or us better than them. And holding space for them to process whatever it is they're processing is a really great way to help them eventually awaken if they so choose. And in the same way, you can hold space for yourself by caring for yourself in ways that you may not normally have been doing. For example, a practice that I've been doing is that I've been spending 15 minutes of Revi time every day, helping me rebuild the person that I want to be. For example, as I go through my own dark night of the soul again, I'm going in with the idea of, yes, there's going to be a lot of ego death, but I can also program in a lot of areas and pieces of myself that have been left behind and that I'd like to move forward with. So I'm bringing these pieces forward and creating a new Revi 15 minutes at a time every day, and that way I can experiment to find out what I would like to be, who I would like to become, what matters to me, and what resonates. I'm not going to lie, the Great Reset coming around the first of the year is going to be hard. We're going to lose a lot of people we care about, whether that's through physical death or whether that's through loss of relationship or distance. It's going to be hard, and we're going to have to rely on one another. You can always join my Discord server, dimensionalshifter.com/Discord. You can go to Reddit. There's a lot of great Reddit threads going on right now about people who don't know how to find people to connect to. I don't recommend the run-of-the-mill social media because they're full of misinformation, disinformation, censorship, all of that. But reaching out to one another is going to be really important to create that support grid for when we need each other as the paradigm begins to crumble. Some suggestions I have for you to get through these dark times is doing things like spending time with the loved ones that truly matter to you, or spending time with yourself. It can go either way. If you're drawn to and you're enlivened by others, especially those you're close to, I say go for it. Spend time with them, spend time in their energy, let them support you, let them encourage you. But if you find that that's draining, go the opposite way. Spend time alone, go inside, introspect, get to know yourself a little bit better. There's also this idea of sleep versus rest. When we sleep, our body is tired. When our spirit is tired, we need rest. A lot of people tend to think that sleeping will also rest our soul, and that's not the case. You have to carve out time to rest the soul, even if that's meditation and finding some stillness within, or just laying down and letting your imagination go rampant. Whatever it is, you can find to carve out some sense of rest without having to worry. This is not laying in bed worrying about all the things you have to do that day. This is laying in bed and relaxing and allowing your mind to wander and create things and ask all of those existential questions. Wonder who your galactic family is. Maybe you put on some good meditation music and you just let your thoughts go rampant. Whatever it is, spend some time getting to know you. Spend some time resting your soul, because it's going to be vitally important in the next year to come. We are on the upswing, meaning that the next year things are going to look better, spiritually anyway. There is still going to be a lot of fallout between the two types of beings, the awakened ones moving up and the ones stuck in the matrix being held here. But we, the awoken ones, are going to be more willing to release those that are not wanting to come with us, as difficult as it will be. So your homework for the week is basically spend some time on spiritual self-care, get your sleep, but also get some rest. Let go of the things this week that you are ready to let go of and release, so that when the manifestation intentions that you set last week during the vortex can come to fruition, there's nothing blocking them, there's nothing impeding them. And it's as easy as saying, these are the things I don't want in my life. These are the things that are keeping me from moving forward. I am deleting them. I am removing them from my paradigm. I am flushing them down the toilet, however you want to say it, and releasing them to the wild so that you can grow as a person and become the person you want to be. One thing that needs to be said too is that this great reset is coming, but it does not need to be feared. Anyone who is telling you that the ascension is coming and you need to be prepared, and that if you're not doing the right things, then you're not going to be ascending, all of that, that's just fear-mongering. That's not how it works. You were either already ready, you were already destined to ascend at this time, or you were not. And if you're not, there's still no wrongness, because that just means that your soul has a different plan. This idea of the Great Ascension is a bit overblown. It has a lot of distortion that doesn't make any sense. And I don't think that people are tapping into the collective or the beings that they think they are. And I would caution you against tapping into any energy that you haven't fully vetted yourself. The mass meditations generally have some kind of ulterior motive or alternate agenda. Be careful when you tap into those. Put some guards up. There's nothing wrong with joining in or adding your energy, but just be careful. And as always, trust your intuition. It will never lead you wrong. Coming full circle here, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. I would love to hear your take on the universe. You can do so by leaving me a review or a comment on my Instagram. Drop me a note and let me know your perspective so that we can learn from one another. If you want more Dimensional Shifter, you can find my website at dimensionalshifter.com. You can find my Instagram at Dimensional Shifter. If you would like to be a founding member of the Discord server, that can be found at my website, dimensionalshifter.com/Discord. Of course, all of these will be in the show notes. This is Revi signing off.